Kristen Rosen Gonzalez. I'm a political activist here in Miami Beach, and this video is dedicated to anybody who thinks the Byron Carlyle Theater here on 71st Street in North Beach is worth saving. The Byron Carlyle is under attack. It is up for a very controversial vote on Wednesday, and the terms are unfavorable to the residents of Miami Beach. It is basically giving away one of our community theaters that could be programmed like the Colony Theater or the Gusman Theater, that could be programmed like that and could be a wonderful resource to North Beach. It is being given away to developers by a group led by Mayor Dan Gelber and David Richardson, Ricky Ariola on this commission. I know that there are several commissioners who are against this, but we're creating this video today because if you've ever come to the Byron Carlyle Theater and you have an emotional connection for it and you think that it's worth saving, we need your voice on Wednesday. Thank you.
Good morning. Good morning, Clotilde Luce. I'm a journalist. I've been time, and I think we're all kind of astounded that our city hall seems to be so good at making really lousy real estate deals. I mean, did we elect them to get into real estate? Let's look at the pattern. I was so proud recently when the voters turned down the Marina project. That was an example of making lots of profits for the developer and a lousy deal for residents. And this is another example of that. Are they going to now upzone Ocean Drive? I mean, how far will they go with these favors and these giveaways? So I think it's very important to save this theater as a public venue, as a public amenity. There's much programming that can be found for it. It can be of use to everybody, and we really need transparency, and we have to stop doing lousy real estate deals that only profit some people and don't profit the rest of us. Thank you. Good luck.
Hello, good morning. I'm Mercedes Vigon. I'm a professor at FIU, and I have been a lone resident here in North Beach. I love this area, and I know it needs development, but I don't understand why it needs to be to the cost of the history or the best things that this area has here. So we need to decide what we want to do here. If we want to do an area where we are happy to live and happy to share, or if we want to become something unrestricted that doesn't stand from any other neighborhood. We have the Byron here. The Byron Carlyle Theater is an amazing place. It has history on it. It has a part of who we are. Or we want another burger, Starbucks, which are very nice, but it's the same all over the States. We have a distinct neighborhood, and we should appreciate it.
Hey there! I am Mariana, an urban anthropologist, and we've been organizing for years. The neighbors have been mobilizing for years to save this theater. We've loved this theater because it's a landmark in the neighborhood. Many people have memories of the place. At the beginning, people argued that it was not historically significant, but North Beach is not that old, and this is historical for us. We believe it's architectural significant. The architect has works all over the city that are preserved, and you know, it's our landmark. And with these plans, you know, to build all these high rises, we don't need more high rises. We need our theater, a theater that is accessible. You know, that there are shows, that they can be studios, but basically we want it for the community, and we want it for, you know, for our neighborhood and for our children and for the future. Because people come here to this area because of the architecture and because of the laid-back atmosphere. This is like the Venice Beach of South Florida, and we just don't want, you know, another building, you know, that looks generic of micro units. If you could look around, we have like a really nice, also historic post office over here that they want to demolish. We have the clock tower over there that it's also modernist and they want to demolish. And the residents oppose this adamantly. And so we want to tell whoever is watching this, and we want to tell all the commissioners that, except for one, don't live in this neighborhood, that the residents want to keep this. And this is just the culmination of several years of reorganizing, of even the oldest among us going to City Hall and to, you know, all sorts of commission meetings and City Hall committees. And it's come to that. We oppose this deal. We oppose a deal with predators and developers that they just want to make profit. We want a neighborhood for the neighbors, and we want this beautiful theater to be safe for posterity. Thank you.
Hi, good morning. Diego Cayola, North Beach Business Organization, Miami Beach Life Magazine. This is a very important message for everyone that's watching this. If you were like me growing up here in the 80s and 90s, this is an iconic building. This was the only theater we really had in Miami Beach, especially in North Beach in the 80s and 90s. This is all we had, the Byron Carlyle. And if you came here and watched the movie, it was sold out. You had to go to Ball Harbor, to the small little theater in Ball Harbor, and watch it there. If that was sold out, you had to go to 163rd Street. So before Aventura Mall, Aventura Theater, before South Beach Cinema, this was the local spot for people to come watch theater, and it's very important for us to save this iconic building. There's enough construction going around here. We have Target that got approved 2 blocks from here. We have the 72nd Place that's going to start construction across the street. We have a Normandy project that's starting. We have the City Center next to Manolo that's starting soon. That doesn't even include Ocean Terrace project that still hasn't broken ground. So it's very important to save this iconic building. Recently I made a post on a Miami Beach social page, and I said this iconic building needs to be saved. And then an outspoken city leader in the Collins Park area said, knock it down, get something new there. So I told that person, would you like for us to knock down the Bass Museum? Would you like us to knock down the Colony Theater? And I didn't hear back from that person. So that just made a point that this is as important as the Colony Theater. It's as important as the Bass Museum. And Lord knows we have the money to save this building. My magazine recently interviewed ex-city manager Jimmy Morales. And one of his biggest regrets was not putting his foot down, saving this structure, and helping North Beach out. So if you can go out and vote, please let your commissioners, your city leaders know that this needs to be saved. And remember, all the leaders out there, all the commissioners, everyone's running for mayor. This is election year. So if you want to be the next commissioner, next mayor of Miami Beach, you need to help out the community. You need to save this structure. Enough with new development. Look, I love new development, but we have about 5 projects that's going to start within 6 months in this area, and this does not need to be knocked down. We already have art directors ready to open this place up, to program events, program classes here. We already have a theater company ready to open this up. This should not be closed. This should definitely be open. It's just sitting here. And I did the walkthrough in here a couple years ago when they wanted to shut this down. The back building's a mess, I get it. But all this building that O Cinema ran, everything's fine to go in. Everything's great to be reopened again. So please, everyone that's listening to me, contact your commissioner, contact your mayor. Let it be known that this iconic building needs to be saved. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Melissa Gabriel. I live here. I'm a North Beach resident. I moved here with my husband Enrico like 6 years ago, right because we have this wonderful theater here. This is a neighborhood, so people that live here use the neighborhood. We have a wonderful North Beach community garden where I have my plot, so we need to preserve whatever we have here. And this is a wonderful venue. I mean, it's 50 years old, which is a lot for here. In Italy, we have buildings that are hundreds and thousands years old, but we have to preserve what we have. And this can be easily preserved because it has all the potentials, and it is public land, so it's our land. And we have that money. We voted for a CRA. We have, the bond, the GEO bond, so we can fix it without having a new brand development. So please contact your the commissioner you like most. This Wednesday they are going to vote for it. So start right now. Thank you for your help.
Good morning. I'm Jack Finglass. I'm a Mid-Beach resident, and I'm a frequenter of the Byron Carlyle Theater for all the years that I've been here. We really need to save this building. They have said that movie theaters are the palaces of the people, and this is a local landmark. It's a cultural institution, people come here on a very regular basis. It is supported by the community. It's an interesting building architecturally. It has many good details that people really don't recognize. We need to save this building because it is iconic for what it is. Sure, it's not like a major Broadway theater, but to people here and to me, it is a major building, and we need to save it. Thank you very much.
The vote is coming up on Wednesday, and there has been a real lack of ethics and transparency in this entire Byron Carlyle process. It's more dangerous than ever before, though, because prior to this coming Wednesday, it was a 6/7 vote. But the contract keeps changing. Every single time the commissioners say, we really don't want to give this theater away to a developer, we want to invest in it and make it part of our community and have something here that is not a bunch of short-term rentals, which is what they are planning to build here with a cultural center on the ground floor. The administration is now recommending this terrible contract, and residents all across North Beach would like to at least see one thing stay in place. And Miami Beach, and I know this because I watched the finance meeting, when the city sold the right-of-way in front of the Seagull Hotel, the city received $7 million, is going to receive, and part of that money could be allocated to renovate this theater. This theater could be operational, community building. It could create jobs. It will be an economic driver. As they do develop around it, different hotels, this will be something that will be a draw for North Beach. But we don't just want a cultural center with a bunch of short-term rentals plopped on top of it with no parking, a giveaway, $2 million that developers are paying for this property that now in this real estate bull market that we are currently in could be valued as high as $20 million. Please write to Mayor Dan Gelber, who I think is going to vote yes on this, as well as Ricky Areola and David Richardson, who seem to be the biggest proponents of this project. And please explain to them why sometimes it's not about just patting the back of somebody who gave some cash to your PAC. It's about community. It's about caring. It's about saving something that people have emotional connections to. It's about anthropology, and it's important. So please help us save the Byron Carlyle. And if you don't want to write an email, you can go on the Zoom on the Wednesday meeting and you can speak your mind. If you sign the petition, we need your help now because we're at a very dangerous place, and we need the commissioners to know that people of North Beach would like to save and rehabilitate this wonderful theater. And we have one more person here who's going to speak.
Hey, how's it going? My name is Emmanuel Davila, and I've been inside this building a few times for the New York Film Academy. We held a lot of graduation ceremonies, and I was able to sit and watch a lot of our aspiring filmmakers screen their movies, you know, that they worked very, very hard on. But it's sad to see this building close, and I hope that it stays and remains open so that we can continue and have a spot for our aspiring filmmakers to screen their movies so they can, you know, follow and pursue their dreams.
So much. You want me to Spanish? Thank you for listening. We're going to be doing a video in Spanish shortly. Thank you very much.